Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing good. Today we got some questions we're going to go through together. We're going to look at some stuff with comparing fractions. So what I'm going to do is, this is what we're supposed to be doing for this week. Well, you can take the unit however you want, but I'm going to start by just going over this little chunk that you can focus on this week. So let's just dive into it. Compare fractions with fraction models. Make sure before you start these questions that you watch the videos first. But let's do one question from each of them and kind of talk about it. Okay. Compare using, I'm actually going to get my pen out here so I can circle stuff. Compare using less than, that one's greater than, see, made a mistake already, and less than. So this one is greater than, and then less than, or equals. We know equal. Hint, think about how would you fill in each rectangle below to help you compare the fractions. Okay, so the first one is 6/4. The second one is 4/4. So if I was gonna color in here 6/4, I would do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if I was gonna color in 4/4, I would color it in 1, 2, 3, 4. So which one has more colored in? Are they equal? Well, I know they're not equal because they are not the same amount colored in. And it looks like 6/4 is greater than 4/4. So I think it's going to be greater than, the greater than symbol. Remember with these little alligator mouths or the greater than and less than, the mouth is going to be open to the bigger number. So because 6/4 is bigger than 4/4, the mouth is going to be open towards that one. Okay, let me get rid of the writing, and I'm going to put that in. Oh, don't get rid of the whole problem. And I'm going to put that in there, and let's check. Nice. All right, so I'm going to go back, and let's look at this one. Compare fractions on the number line. Okay, ready to practice. We're going to do one problem from here. Plot 3/4, it's telling us. Okay, I remember doing this last time. But, so we're starting at 0/4, and we end at 4/4. So I'm just going to start numbering it. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Okay, so I know I need to put the line, I need to put my dot above 3/4. So let me just get rid of my writing here, and I'm going to move the dot there. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Okay, now I'm going to plot 2/4. And I'm actually going to color it, number it again. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Okay, so I know the dot needs to go above 2/4. Okay. Now, we have to use the number lines above to compare 3/4 and 2/4. So which one's bigger, 3/4 or 2/4? Well, for me, just looking at it, 3/4 is farther down the line, so I'm pretty sure that 3/4 is greater than 2/4. And remember, greater than is the mouth is open, like this. So we have 3/4 greater than 2/4. Remember, this is less than. We don't want that. We want the mouth to be open to the bigger number. In this case, it's 3/4. So let me choose that. Let's see if we were right. Woohoo! Okay. Let's look at some more. So we have comparing fractions with the same denominator. Make sure you watch that video before you jump into it. Let's jump into it ourselves. Okay, so here we go again. Same thing it's been asking us, but it doesn't have anything for us to work out, so we can work it out ourselves. You could draw a picture if you need to, or use a number line, or you can just kind of look at it and know. For me, when I see, okay, let's see, I have 2 circles that are cut into 2. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So if I have 3 halves, it's 1 half, 2 half, 3 halves, versus only 1 half. Which one has more colored in? 3/2. So we know it's definitely going to be greater than. Seems like all of these, the first problem starting out with greater than. Let's see. If I wrote it like this, 1 half, and I had the 3/2 over here, I would put a less than over here. Remember, you always want the mouth to open towards the bigger number. So it just depends on where's the bigger number here. The mouth opens up to the bigger number. And obviously, if it was the same number, 1 half and 1 half, it would be equal. But it's not. And we know right now 1 half is not the first number. 3 halves is the first number. So let's go ahead and try to put it in there and see. Nice. Okay. And now I'm going to look down again, comparing. There's 2 more videos. Make sure you watch those. Comparing unit fractions, comparing fractions with the same numerator. Let's look at this set of questions here. Okay. Compare using greater than, less than, or equal. But what we have here is different denominators. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, to start solving this problem, I'm going to write the 2 numbers over again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a common denominator between the 2 of them, so I can know for sure which one is bigger and which one's smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I want to keep the number 8. I want them both to have the same denominator. What do I need to multiply 2 by to get 8? The answer is 4. So we all knew that, right? So 2 times 4 equals 8. And so whatever I do down here to this number, I have to do to the top number. So I'm going to do 3 times 4 equals what, everybody? Give you a second to say it. 12. Good. Okay. So if we have 3/8 and we have 12/8, which one is bigger? Which one has the bigger number on top? 12/8. So inside of there, we're going to write less than. All we did here was we found a common denominator, and we compared the 2. So 12/8 is the same as 3 seconds. That is one way to do it, one way to compare for sure. You could always draw yourself a picture, but I feel like this is pretty quick, sure way, because sometimes when we draw pictures, we're not sure if we're really equally drawing it or not. So I'm going to put that answer in there, the less than, and let's see if it was right. Awesome. I actually wanted, okay, let's go back and let's check out this one. Oop. Why did I click on the video? Let's check out this one. Okay. So here we go. 4/4, 1/4. We know that 4 is bigger than 1. So we know that already. If the denominator is the same, we know in this one the denominator is the same, so we can start comparing already, as long as they have the same denominator. Think of it like this. If we had, wow, that's going to take a long time to erase. If we had two numbers here that were different, let's practice that again. So let's say we had 6/4 and we had 12/8. Well, okay, if I wanna look at these two denominators, and I'm gonna say, well, I cannot compare them right now. I can't go in here and say, okay, less than, wait a second, because the denominators are different. So I definitely can't do that yet. I have to make sure they have the same denominator before I start comparing them. So I'm going to say, what do these two numbers have in common? Well, I can multiply 4 times a number to get 8. So let me do that. 4 times 2 equals 8. And 6 times 2 equals what? 12. Whoa, look at that. So we got 12/8 and 12/8. So technically, if I had 12/8 and I had 12/8, it would be equal in there. So that's just one way to do it. But I would always first find the common denominator between the two. And this takes some practice. This is not something that, you might not get it right away, and that's okay. So let me know if this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions. We can do finding common denominators together so that we can compare it easier, one-on-one or as a class, small group, whatever you want. I'm here for you. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you later in the week.